Qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, we moving OT. Night action, dude. Let's talk about Thurman and Spence. And if Spence chooses to fight Thurman, that might be an indication that he plans on being undisputed, or it may be an indication that he plans on facing Virgil Ortiz or some other or another welterweight in another clash, which I think Virgil Ortiz is the only other one that makes sense in Texas. So that's the interesting thing about it. So if he plans to go through and keep his WBC belt, you know, it's gonna be for a reason. Now I think the date is supposed to be the February 4th or the 11th. It's supposed to go down in Las Vegas. And it's still a solid matchup, you know. And I think Thurman and Crawford will be a tougher matchup, will be an easier matchup for Thurman. Because I just think Spence is 100% all wrong for Thurman at this point in his career. And I think Crawford and Thurman is, you know, I think that fight is a little bit easier for him from a standpoint of, it's just styles make fights. You know, not saying that, you know, Crawford would knock him out and Errol wouldn't. I mean, and would, or vice versa, you know, reverse it. I just look at it stylistically wise. Thurman just brings some things that kind of match up better with Bud. You know, and we ain't never seen them in there with the caliber of mover, puncher, boxer, puncher, and Thurman. But then again, I just like what Spence brings to the table. Even looking at Jerron Ennis, I think Spence style matches up a lot better with Jerron Ennis at this point than Terence Crawford's. Because what you got to do with Ennis, you got to back him up. I'm not saying that, you know, that he winning the fight on paper, but nonetheless, with him continuing to defend, if he chooses to defend the WC belt, that means he ain't done. So I mean that they looking for at least one more fight in the division. And, you know, with Crawford still out there, then so be it. Now, if Crawford loses to David Alvarez, which ain't out the realm of possibility, the man is 35 and only fought since last year. It's going to be over a year to the date since he fought. So that ain't out the realm of possibility. And Alvarez can punch. Okay? So, now if he loses, Spence be like, well, shit, I ain't about to fight these Thurman. I'm dropping WC, I'm dropping the belts and moving on. Then you would have your answer. But I think it boils down to either Terence Crawford or Virgil Ortiz. Now, the only question is, do Al Heyman want to make Terence Crawford or the Virgil Ortiz fight? Because Virgil Ortiz going to get a crack at the belt regardless. And is he a threat to Errol Spence? Absolutely. Him and Jerron Ennis are super threats. They both young and they both can punch. So they both super threats. So I kind of think it's an indication either, you know, unless something drastically happens, Terence Crawford or Virgil Ortiz is next. And you heard Errol on the recorded phone line say that he want to get these people off his back. He hear what people saying. Like we was talking about the rumor before Charleston White brought it up that the rapper Mo3 was chasing him. You know, I seen the video where they was beating up the man manager. Errol Spence was just standing right over him. He wasn't kicking him or punching him or nothing. He was standing right there. You know, I'm just saying. The niggas in Dallas sent me the videos. Like, dude, I got damn near every time something happened with this nigga, it come back to me. I could tell you some shit that niggas won't tell you. You know what I'm saying? Niggas in the Dallas probably know, but like the average nigga, like I said, look, man, I ain't got nothing against him, but he a hypocrite, and that's it. And he want to act like he a boss, but he ain't that shit. But when it come to fighting, the boy can fight. But I just don't like how he roll. How, you know, he had the mantle. He finally got the mantle, and then started doing what they did to him. That's what I ain't like. But yeah, I ain't giving Al Heyman no money, bro. Straight up and down. I ain't giving old Al Buddy no money, bro. He made the Spencer Crawford fight happen in 2023 in a reasonable time, then perhaps I'll come on and throw some more money in the collection plate. I ain't messing with that dude. And, you know, it's personal on that standpoint because he messed up boxing. I thought he was going to bring it back. It's like Star Wars Episode 3. He said, Anakin, you was meant to bring balance to the Force, not join the Sith. But yeah, I think that's an indication on if he do go through with the fight, which we don't know if he will or won't. Just because they order something don't mean you got to go through with it. I think that's an indication and that you gonna get that he can plan on keeping the belt and probably still fighting Terence Crawford. It sounds like, you know, on the line he want to. I mean, I heard the whole conversation. Or another one they had, which the nigga released that one. They make Spence look real bad, but Al Heyman gotta want it. You know? Al Heyman, I was watching something on Bruce Vane where Leon Muhammad said that he can't really stop Errol Spence, but it's probably money involved. You know? And then, you know, I heard somebody talking about, you know, I'm not gonna say, you know, what fighter it was, but somebody was talking about, you know, how, you know, they you know, it sounded like they could leave, but if they did leave PBC out, he said Al Heyman would make it really, really bad on us and we wouldn't be able to, you know, fight, like, do what we, you know, fight. So, oh yeah, that nigga be threatening them niggas, dude. You think about me, I don't have to go to the, like I said, what am I going to the fights for? Unless it's a fight, you know, I want to go to, unless you just want to get away from the family. That's something I use it for. Because I'm connected, I'll be forever connected in boxing. If I talk it or don't talk it, I'm still passing on to the people I'm cool with. And it ain't them blue blood connections neither. It's that real connection. So I still, like, you know, get information and pass it to the people that I speak on. But like I said before, I'm connected regardless. I know what all these niggas going through, man. And he said, well, Al Heyman to make it bad on us if we didn't, I don't say Al gonna make it bad at us, man. He be a very powerful man. Telling you what old buddy told my man, and I believe him. Real spit, I believe him. So, at the end of the day, when you got livelihoods at stake, and then, you know, and if the case, I couldn't really, like, I was using the bathroom, I couldn't really, like, listen like I wanted to listen, but it sounded like he was saying that they would have to pay a fee because of the Muhammad Ali Act. He really can't be a promoter. They have to pay a fee for them to do what they want to do, but you don't want to cross, allegedly, I really didn't hear him, but you really don't want to cross somebody who as powerful as Al Heyman. And then some of them niggas in the red with Al, they owe Al from Barling against the Stone. So then not only, you know, if you can buy yourself out the contract or pay this fee allegedly to go do what you want to do, right? You know, then you can pay the money that you owe me. Then maybe Al owe them some money too. And then, you know, niggas be like, well, you go do what you want to do. I'm just keep this money I owe you. So, like, the whole situation that he running like, it run like a drug organization. The best way I can describe it, bro, without telling y'all the ins and outs, if you ever seen the movie In Too Deep with L.L. Cool J, Omar Epps, actually that took place in Boston, not Cincinnati, the actual story. The actual guy who played God, he got a book out and everything. He's still trying to get free. And he said the name God, it wasn't no egotistic shit. It's just some shit they called him. But it wasn't like a play on like I'm God or nothing like that. But it's the same shit. That's how he run his operation, dude. He keep his dogs, his homies, his fighters, and promoters, and, you know, local promoters. Then he work in their city to get the talent for the bottom of the undercard. He keep them niggas hungry enough. He keep them niggas hungry and fed enough to continue to come back. Because if you remember In Too Deep when he was saying, like, you know, he was checking in with the police sergeant or whatever. He said, yeah, man, he said, man, you know, God ain't paying his people. He said, I can pay them and they'll switch on him and they'll turn on him and they'll ride with me. He said, I got it like that now. Like, if I really wanted to pay his people, I could pay his people and they'll turn on him and they'll work for me. I'm paraphrasing. That's how he run this shit. The fighters, you like the fighters that's eating like Deontay and Errol and stuff. The majority of the fighters are like his henchmen. The nigga with the blonde hair, one Shaheem, the rugged child in there from the Wu-Tang Clan. You know, my man Sticky Fingers was in it when they robbed him in the little projects, whatever. Like how he kept them paid a little. They paid him a little bit to keep them, to keep them afloat. But he never overpaid them to keep them like, to kind of keep them like beneath him, so they never could be next to that nigga. And the people like that, like you can't have no mentor like that. That's like your child. You always want who you mentoring, the idea is to be bigger than you. And if your mentor don't have that in the plans, he only want to keep you a certain level, they always gonna want to try to, people like that gonna keep you 2 or 3 levels below them. So you want your child to be better than you was. So that's the kind of, but that's how he keep them niggas around him. Everybody. Just fed enough, just to remain loyal. But he got them niggas still hungry and desperate, bruh. It's crazy. It's crazy how he rolling, dude. It's real crazy, dude. Like, people don't understand. This go deeper than the fighters, deeper than the promoters. Ain't nobody over there really eating, nigga. He really feeding everybody scraps over there. But they can't go eat nowhere else because of his power. And niggas don't galvanize. A large group of people not gonna stand up to him. They not. A large group of people not gonna stand up to the dude. They're not. Anytime somebody gotta make you sign a non-disclosure, disparagement agreement, or whatever the situation may be, in a situation like this, I can see a competitive, disclosure where you can't share your recipes if you go from Bob's kitchen to Julie's kitchen. I get that. You can't use your recipes. You got to be quiet on our recipes. I get that. But people don't understand how this. He's shitting on local using and abusing local promoters. He using trainers to reel in local promoters, and at the end of the day, the local promoters they losing. You talking about Samson TGB? Them niggas ain't eating like that neither. He doing them the same way he do this to streets. It's the streets. And you wonder when you look at that YSL case, why they got 300 alleged witnesses. You know what I'm saying? But then again, if you look at the way my man's in Harlem, what was they call him? Called him Ace in the movie. I think it's AZ in real life they called him. But if you look at the way he did it, he made sure everybody ate. He made sure that everybody in the neighborhood ate, and they still turned on him, and they still robbed him. So no matter which way you choose, but Al Heyman run his empire like a dope, like a dope organization. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a alleged hand in that too, bro. Cause how he run his organization, bro. He keep them niggas fed enough to, but he keep them, man, crazy, bro. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $sign CJGood313, Venmo CJGood313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at
right?
him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.